Getting fired and not being able to defend our actions isn't the worst part. The worst part was just before the meeting ended, one manager told us that the worker who was allowed to disobey the dress code was a former soldier who lost her leg in combat, therefore was given permission to wear whatever kind of shoes she could walk in. You couldn't even tell, and if we had known about that, we would have factored that into our argument.
Unbelievable.
It's just so over the top. Listen, here's action number 3, right? Go do work. Solve problems. And it's really number 1 because that's what Dutch has been telling you all night. Go solve some problems and quit waiting for everybody to recognize and bow down to your social media engineered awesomeness.
That's what it is.
A filtered Snapchat picture doesn't mean that I should be like, oh my gosh. And because you got sent, 10,000 whatevers on Instagram. Let's ring the bell. Go do some work and solve some problems, man.
That great brainwash. I mean, not brainwash. I should say that great brainstorming session or whatever they call it these days. How well it went. Now, I mean, look, go solve some problems, like you just said. Go solve some problems. When you solve problems, that's when you gain influence. That's how the world works. I guarantee you, if they were solving problems, even before they became employees, they would have a better chance of being treated like an employee, an actual employee. Go solve some problems.
Yeah, it's so foreign to me, and I know that we are outliers, right? But I just don't get that you have no clue. Like, you really seriously have no clue. Like, the fact that, so this is the thing with it, so basically you're complaining about somebody who has lost a limb, and that's part of, you're going to factor that in your argument. Yet, but you're congratulate yourself on your acceptance and tolerance and diversity of people that, aren't like you. Except when, it kind of messes with your dress code and you can't wear your Crocs. Then we're not tolerant.
I wonder what they should have been doing. Like, I wonder what.
What's right? I know,
like,
right?
what their job was. Like, just think if they were an intern at the fire department, right, at the fire station, right. So while they're worried about dress codes, the house is burning down. What are they supposed to be doing at this point? Go put out 8 fires, and I guarantee you, everybody at the firehouse will listen to anything you have to say. I mean, you have to gain some sort of.
At least go save a cat out of the tree or something first.
You got to do something. And when you're an intern, I guarantee you haven't gained and I would say street cred, but I'll say work cred.
Yeah.
In order to demand any sort of change yet, you're not even allowed. Do you get to read the employee handbook as an intern? Are you?
I don't even know if they give it to you. I don't even know if
it's not yours. It's not for you.
Listen, okay, millennials that are spending 18 hours a day on media, if you want to know what an intern is, you got to go watch The Amazing Spider-Man, not the one with Toby, whatever was in it, the guy, Tobey Maguire, but the next iteration. He was actually an intern. There's a scene at the beginning where he gets into Oscorp as an intern. They just hand him a badge and they're like on a little tour. There you go. It'd be like Peter Parker trying to take over all of Oscorp because they don't like white lab coats, and he's going to change that, but he got his intern badge. It's just ridiculous, man. I can't do it.
And I'm going to continue to pick on millennials, and just because a lot of them are my friends, and I just love giving them a hard time. But again, this is why we have the work what we have. This is why we have a tremendous amount of work to do. Contact us. www.getwarriortough.com. We are willing, ready, and able, because this isn't something, as a millennial, you don't like that name, you don't like being called that, separate yourself from the pack. Be that one guy in this intern group that refused to sign
be the
that
one person.
sheet.
Be the elite warrior.
Be that person that's still working there. And now it's going to have an opportunity to solve some problems.
Dutch, I got to give you one more stat. Now that you're telling people, get a hold of us. Now I'm going to talk to the company owners right now and people in management, the old folks, the ones that are running the show. This is out of the Wall Street Journal. The average cost to replace a millennial who's leaving in the first year, 80% of them said that they're out. It's $24,000 every time you hire and rehire to replace one. You need us just. I mean, just our 2-day fee is $25,000. If we just saved you 2 of millennials, you're on the upside from having to replace 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? Dutch, we'll never run out of work, man. We'll never run out of work.
And I'm not even saying get rid of your millennials. No one's saying that. We're saying
you need them. They're the biggest. They're the biggest part of the workforce, Dutch. We absolutely need them. We got to train them how to think.
Exactly. They're smart. They're intelligent. They're versatile. They have a wealth of knowledge and experiences. Not experience, but experiences, right?
Yeah, they got innovative. They listen. They're tech savvy. They're innovative. Right? All the great upside stuff. We just got to teach them how to think their thoughts.
And it's on us. It's on people like us.
Absolutely.
And it's on leadership. It's on leadership in these existing organizations to train your people. Train your people up. Don't just throw them out there, letting what mama and daddy told them, what grandmama and them told them, what Larry down the street told them, what their college professors told them, who may not even have been in industry. Give them some training, give them some support, give them some resources, give them a process, give them a target. And we know they should have a target on their own, but a lot of them don't. We know that. Lead them to those things. It's on us. And that's why we continue to be able to do what we do.
And I did say that early in the show that it wasn't even their fault. I took the heat off them. It's on leadership's fault. It's on the parents. It's on the teachers. It's on the school administrators. It's on society. Those that have gone before, we have failed them in teaching them how to think their thoughts and how to manage and control their emotions, right? And how the machine works. I mean, if you had critical thinking, there was no way that this story with the dress code would have happened. It wouldn't even have got out of the gate thinking like crap, clarity, relevance, accuracy, precision. Wouldn't even have got out. Wouldn't even, I mean, not even have been a thought after the first thought. And then done. $24,000 to replace a single millennial. And we know that 21% of them actually do leave in the first year. 91% say they're leaving in 3 years, and 80% say that they're open to leaving in the first year.
And that's real. Again, go to LinkedIn. Check out the profiles of these folks with the 8 months, 7 months, 6 months, from spot to spot to spot. And again, talk to some of them. They're leaving for reasons a lot of times that exist. I mean, if you have problems at these organizations, okay. No one's saying that the problem didn't exist. No one said the organization was perfect, but dealing with difficult people in difficult situations are everywhere. And until you gain the skill set, until you can put how to deal with them in your toolbox,
2 minutes.
You're going to be moving every 8 months. You're going to be moving every 6 months. You're going to be moving every 9 months. And as Andrew always famously says, if you find a perfect job, don't go there. Because you're going to ruin it. Because you're going to go there and you're going to ruin it.
Yeah, you're going to bring you with you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, it really is. And I mean, and if I was again, speaking to the business owner, speaking to the C-suite, the management, it's costing you money to just keep this continually revolving door of recruiting. And I ask this to companies. I'm like, how do you train for attitude? Oh, what do you do for attitude? We hire for attitude. Well, how do you train it? Well, you can't train attitude. Well, of course you can. That's what we do.
One of my buddies is listening to the show, and he said he blamed the culture of everyone is number one, regardless of whether they are or not. This is my buddy Mike Hollis, a very accomplished gentleman in his own right. He said everyone is not the MVP, and you have to work to be the MVP. That's absolutely right. Yep. These guys are trying to be the most valuable at the most meaningless things. They have a reason that they got that internship. There should be a target. Why I'm here. This is why I'm here, to dominate this space, to get this job. And they're more focused on a work dress code than they are their target, their reason for being there, which if they dominated that, they're going to get the job. They're going to come in, they're going to solve more problems, they're going to gain influence, and then they could change things even larger than something as irrelevant as a dress code. That is not your target.
I don't even get how could you even, I mean, I just don't get it, man. Dude, the hour's gone. We didn't solve any problems today, but hopefully we put a spotlight on it and we let you know where you could get a solution. GetWarriorTough.com. Dutch and Andrew, we're here to help you. Dutch, I'll see you next week, buddy. I love you, man. Go get on that elliptical.